Hi everybody, Jenny Hoagland, Classical Homeopath here. I am at Tree of Life Wellness Center in Albertville, Minnesota, where I am every Monday all day long seeing clients. And right next to me is our wonderful selection of homeopathic remedies. Today I'm going to talk for just a few minutes about dosing and potency. I've had a couple of questions the last few days about how do I dose my homeopathic remedy, what potency should I use. These remedies here, as well as the remedies you'll find at Whole Foods and the Co-op, are all 30C potency, which are perfectly suited for home use for acute things like coughs, colds, injuries. Really, if you have a kit of 30C potencies, or if you stop in here and buy a 30C, it's perfectly sufficient to help with your ailment at home. Now, some of you may have 200C kits or even higher potency. I recommend usually starting with the 30C. And if you have a situation where it's working well and you have kind of a relapse in your illness after the remedy had been working, that's when you know it's appropriate to maybe think about going up to a 200C from a 30C. The dosing rule in general is that the more quickly a condition has come on, the more quickly you would expect it to resolve with homeopathic remedies. So something that has come on very quickly, like a fever, you'd expect it to resolve, within a couple of minutes, or at least show good improvement within maybe 30 minutes. For something that's come on much more slowly, like a cold or a flu, you'd expect improvement in a day or two. So for something like a more intense state like a fever, you'd give a dose of the remedy every maybe 10 minutes or every 30 minutes, depending on how intense it is. And like I said, expect improvement pretty quickly. With something like a cold, you'd give a dose probably a couple of times a day, up to 3 doses a day. And again, you'd expect improvement in a day or two. A good rule of thumb in general is that if you have given 3 doses of a remedy and nothing has happened, it's a good idea to think about a different remedy. Just some good guidance rules of thumb for taking remedies is you always want to pour the remedy or dispense it into the cap and put it right under your tongue and let it dissolve that way. The remedy is actually coated on the outside of the pellet, and so you don't want to touch it a whole lot and rub it off. Typically 2 pellets are enough for 1 dose. Some vials will give different amounts, like maybe 5 pellets, but in my experience 2 pellets is great. It's a good enough amount for a dose for kids and adults. So another important thing in dosing remedies, when you're taking remedies, is to avoid really strong odors right at the time that you're taking the remedy. So make sure you don't have any tea tree or peppermint oil on your hands right at that time. Sometimes people are very sensitive to odors or chemical smells, and so that can interfere with the remedy if you're using it at just the same time. So I hope that clarifies things a little bit for dosing and potency. Please feel free to comment if you have any other questions regarding anything about remedies. And I look forward to seeing you again soon. Thanks.